It was these faces that had an experience they will always remember.
I don't think there could be anything to put me down today.
And it was these senior football players who had a day they will never forget.
Seeing the smiles on their faces and knowing that this is just a huge deal to them, and it's just a great experience for us. I think you could ask any of these 18 other guys and they'd all agree with that.
That's because the Hawkeye seniors hosted Camp Courageous, a camp that cares for adults and children with special needs. And for one day, they got to enter these gates and experience what it's like to hang with the Hawks. New friendships were formed as these kids got a backstage pass along with some new best friends as the senior football squad showed off their locker rooms, even their visiting locker rooms, and the campers got the opportunity just to hang out and feel like part of the team.
This is an opportunity in a lifetime. They're going to remember this day forever.
They also got to explore the press box, hang out with Coach, and even be James Vandenberg's newest wide receiver. And for these campers, the day was extraordinarily special because they got to hang out with their heroes.
Many of them grew up watching the Iowa Hawkeyes play, so it's really nice that today they have a chance to actually meet them and interact with them and get autographs and take pictures, and for a lot of them it's made their day.
But it's the kids who made the day for the athletes, who went home on Saturday with many stories that they'll keep with them throughout their playing careers.
There's a little kid named Owen that was future running back here. I think he was taken off through some of the press box halls, but it was a great day and got to meet a lot of different people.
There's a kid here named Donald, and we were up in the press box, and he said he's having a great day, one of the best days he's ever had, and that's really makes you feel good, and it was really nice to see someone else having a great time.
James Ferentz also told me that it's a two-way road for the Hawkeyes. They want the community to come out and support their team every week, and therefore want to give back to the community as well. And on Saturday, they definitely built those relationships on a whole new level. Reporting from Kinnick Stadium, Jake Abrams, Daily Iowan TV.
Riley Harbaugh is a farmer with no land of his own, and at over $8,000 an acre, he won't be buying anytime soon.
Ground, that's a really long-term goal for me. It's going to be ridiculously hard. I mean, rents are at record high.
It's becoming harder and harder for farmers like Riley to break into the business, which is why more young entrepreneurs are taking caution. This is in part because a lot of unique expenses make it difficult to run a farm. A $300,000 combine is nothing compared to the hundreds of thousands of dollars in land that it may cover every fall. Farmers invest millions of dollars to build and maintain their businesses. Consider this, a farm that can support a family is usually at least 200 acres. At a modestly priced $8,000 per acre, that's going to cost a new farmer over $1.5 million. That doesn't cover the cost of machinery either. Throw in the expensive seeds, pesticide, diesel, and other supplies, and you've got yourself a multi-million-dollar startup. And it's not getting any cheaper. In Iowa, a piece of top-quality farmland may have costed a farmer less than $3,000 per acre in 2002. Today, that same piece of farmland would cost a farmer a much bigger price, one that has over quadrupled. The price of farmland has been going nowhere but up.
It'll be tough to buy such ground since it's going for $10,000, $12,000 an acre in some areas in the state.
Is over $10,000 an acre worth it when trying to build an enterprise?
It's worth it because I love doing what I do. I love farming with a passion and feeding the world, helping people, just being neighborly and being a traditional farmer is what I thrive to be.
But to be successful, Riley will have to climb the ladder to success, one rung at a time. Rebecca Hager, Daily Iowan TV.
As the sun sets below the horizon, downtown Iowa City begins to spring to life. But the sights and sounds of a Halloween weekend are drowned out by another sound. The radio screeches, sirens wail. Johnson County paramedics speed to another alcohol-related call.
Intoxicated female officers are going to be in the alley behind me.
A mob of young faces crowd outside the Union. In an alley behind the bar, a young woman sits in her own vomit. Disoriented, drunk, and able to stand only with the help of paramedics.
Our overall responses are up significantly. We've increased our response level about 12% in the last year. And so everything's up. And alcohol is increased just like everything else has.
You had way too much to drink, and I don't know what else you might have had.
With this increase in call volume, paramedics are responding to intoxicated students both downtown and in residential areas, where they still witness some interesting behavior.
It's kind of interesting to note the wide range of responses you could get to somebody's name, from anywhere from "I'm Bob, hi, how are you" to "Woo!"
Funny at times, paramedics understand the severity of binge drinking and know the situation can become fatal without medical treatment.
The hardest decision to make is when someone comes in so intoxicated that they lose their gag reflex and they're vomiting, and then there's a fear of the vomit going into their lungs and them aspirating and dying.
In these severe situations, paramedics are forced to rush to the hospital, even though the patient's health is on the front of their mind. This isn't always reflected in the way they're treated in the back of the ambulance.
Individuals who are extremely intoxicated can be very belligerent, they can be combative, they're often not feeling well, so you can deal with them vomiting and the mess that creates.
Let it out if you need to, okay?
Dealing with the mess is a low point of the job, but only one of the many situations paramedics are faced with.
I have been spit, I have been punched, scratched, I've been bitten and kicked, and that's just a common assault that we have to deal with.
Treating severe intoxication is no party, but as students continue to abuse the powers of alcohol, Johnson County paramedics will be ready to face any dispatch that comes across the radio. I'm Brad Maxwell, Daily Iowan TV.